Ever wonder how the top 1% of realtors sell 100 homes a year while you're struggling to find your next closing? Here's the thing, it's not luck. They follow 5 simple rules that make real estate predictable and easy. And in this video, I'll show you exactly what those rules are, how you can copy them to close more deals while working less, starting off with rule number 1, master of one. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever noticed how brain surgeons and heart surgeons make way more money than general doctors? That's because they focus on doing one thing exceptionally well instead of spreading themselves thin, trying to master everything. It's kind of like that old saying, jack of all trades and master of none. The top 1% of realtors use this same strategy. They pick one type of client, whether that's buyers or sellers or investors, and they build their entire business around serving that one person better than anyone else. Take my friend John, for example. He's the top producer in Alberta, Canada, and all he does is work with his sphere of influence. By focusing exclusively on that one client type, he's able to close 116 deals last year all by himself. Why does this work? Because when you focus your business around serving one type of client at the highest possible level, your clients get an amazing experience and you make more money while actually doing less. So what does this mean for you? Simple. You choose one type of client and make sure everything you do is about serving them and them alone. It could be first-time home buyers, sellers going through a divorce, Airbnb investors, or even out-of-area buyers. It doesn't matter who you pick, you just need to pick one. Does this mean you can't work with any other type of clients? Of course not. It simply means your marketing and systems are laser focused on your chosen niche. If another opportunity arises, you can still take them if you want, though I would probably recommend you refer them out to someone else so you can save yourself more time. All right, now that you've chosen your ideal client, let's talk about rule number 2, unlimited leads. When you first got in real estate, you were probably heard that you need to host open houses, cold call expired listings, send mailers, run Facebook ads, dance on TikTok, and buy Zillow leads. And honestly, that's some of the worst advice I've ever heard. In fact, it's also one of the biggest reasons most agents fail today. I get it. You need to have multiple lead gen pillars in case one of these channels fails. On the surface, that sounds like a good idea, but it doesn't actually work in reality. It's kind of like going fishing while trying to hold 5 different fishing poles, thinking you'll catch 5 times more fish. Clearly, holding one fishing pole will get you more fish than holding 5 at once. But for some reason, agents don't use that same logic when it comes to generating leads. Take a look at the top 1% of realtors. They make about 90% of their income from one single lead generation channel. That alone should tell you that it's better to go all in on one lead generation channel instead of spreading yourself thin across 3, 4, or 5 different lead generation channels. Now, I know it seems counterintuitive, but I promise you will generate more leads with a lot less effort if you do it this way. Okay, cool. So now you're sold, but you're probably wondering what lead generation channel is the best. Good news, they all work. Doesn't matter. Cold calling, Facebook, YouTube, Zillow, open houses, door knocking, postcards, SEO, they all get great results. The secret isn't choosing the perfect lead generation channel. It's choosing the one that you'll actually commit to over the long haul and mastering it fully for years to come. Because if you keep switching lead generation strategies every couple of months because it didn't work, you're gonna fail a lot sooner, as opposed to the guy that just goes all in forever. All right, now that you have your leads flowing in, it's time to turn them into booked appointments with rule number 3. Imagine planting an apple tree, watering it once or twice, and then coming back a few years later expecting fresh apples, only to find out it died. Now, obviously, your clients aren't trees, and hopefully they're still alive, but if you only nurture them occasionally, expecting them to buy or sell with you, they'll probably forget you even exist. Consistent nurturing is crucial, just like regularly watering a young fruit tree. Just don't literally water your clients. They don't like that. Don't ask me how I know. So how exactly do the top 1% of realtors nurture their leads to close more deals? Easy. They send weekly newsletters. Generally speaking, if you send your newsletter out every single week, you should expect one sale for every 300 subscribers you have each year. So if you have 10,000 leads, you should expect about 34 closings per year just from your newsletter alone. Pretty cool, right? But now you're probably wondering, how do you structure a winning newsletter? Easy. Here's a simple 3-part framework that'll get you a ton of appointments and a ton more closings. Step 1, hook the reader in by grabbing their attention with a curiosity-driven subject line. This will cause people to want to open your email and then actually read it. Step 2, share an interesting insight or quick tip about your local real estate market in a way that's interesting. Step 3 is end with a clear and easy next step, aka a call to action, like thinking of making a move? Click here to schedule a free consultation. This is called the Hook Story Offer Framework, and it's really powerful at filling your calendar up with booked appointments. Awesome, but now that we have those appointments booked, how do we actually turn them into raving loyal clients without extra effort? And that's where where rule 4 comes in. The top 1% of real estate agents don't wing their business. They rely on repeatable action plans that convert cold leads into closed deals, which is how they're able to close more houses while doing less. Here's an example of an action plan for a listing appointment that a top 1% agent would follow. Step 1, immediately after booking the appointment, the top 1% agent would send out a confirmation email, including a short video setting clear expectations and positioning themselves as the ideal realtor to sell their home. Step 2, they would also send out additional emails featuring client testimonials or reviews. This way, the seller sees you as a trusted expert before you even arrived. Step 3, use a proven, repeatable listing presentation to smoothly guide every conversation towards a signed contract. Action plans are not just documents. They're maps that guide you towards success without overthinking so you can do less and make more. Speaking of doing less and closing more, let's talk about rule number 5, the one that every top realtor follows: buying back your time. Here's the deal. If you want to be selling 30, 50, or even 100 homes a year, you should be focusing your time and energy on 10x tasks that get you there, while delegating literally everything else. But here's the problem. Most top agents have assistants handling most of their workload for them, so they can spend their time on those 10x tasks. But unless you're making $500,000 a year, that's probably not an option for you yet, because hiring people is expensive. So how can you buy back your time without breaking the bank? Well, start by using a fully AI-powered CRM that completely automates your follow-up, appointment scheduling, and newsletters. With AI, you should easily save 10 to 20 hours a week while doubling or even tripling your closings. But using AI isn't your only tool here. If hiring an assistant isn't in your budget yet, try outsourcing specific tasks. For example, I used to spend 8 hours a week editing my YouTube videos. Now I pay someone a couple $100 to handle it for me. Say hi, Mr. Editor. I've even done silly things to save time, like buy a robot vacuum to clean my house. There are literally hundreds of tools and strategies you can use to buy back your time, all without having to hire someone full time. But if you'd rather stick with AI to automate your real estate business, you're going to want to watch this video right here. I promise it will blow up your real estate business.